is one of those benchmark opportunities for both teams, a mid-season top 10 showdown. It's the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Oregon Ducks. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rose.
I caught up with the Ducks head coach before the game. Guys, he told me that his quarterback deserves to be in the Heisman conversation. Not only has he taken care of the ball and done a great job through the passing attack, he is devastating in the rushing game. He's been unstoppable this season in the red zone, a true dual-threat quarterback. I'll keep you posted on how he continues to rise in that Heisman conversation. Guys, back to you.
Okay, Holly. The Ducks ready to kick it away first. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Takes a handoff. It's Jackson. Turning it on. 9-yard pickup on the play. It's now 2nd and 1. Man, what a matchup. The stakes are really high. Both teams in the top 10, playoff positioning, all the things that go with a midseason showdown, guys.
And these are just fun for us because we got a little bit more juice, too, because both teams in playoff contention, both teams high aspirations, a big showdown, a big prove-it game, Palmer, for both these squads.
And it's been fun because these two teams seem to be revving up right at the right moment. They've gotten better and better as the weeks have progressed, and now we've got this major clash, head-to-head in front of the entire country, all eyes watching.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. St. Clair. Rush right in his face. Intercepted, and the first drive in for the pick. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
And on that run, he shows you his speed, speed, speed. When I think Oregon Duck running backs, LaMichael James, Kenyon Barner, Jonathan Stewart, I think about guys that are burners, and when they got to the second level, they were gone. That's exactly what this guy is right here.
Got it in the middle, it's Moore. How about picking up tough yards like that as he gets to the 22? Let's take just a second and talk about Oregon. As most everyone knows by now, one of the top disruptors on defense in the country, 5-star defensive lineman, and they got him with a huge verbal commitment last week. What's that going to do for them?
I mean, the excitement level through the roof. Getting a guy like that you know is plug and play. I mean, big, strong, athletic, makes your defensive line formidable right away. The recruiting class, they just gained some serious momentum.
The Ducks will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Quarterback on the keeper. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football. That time on the option play, I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to...
Touchdown, Oregon! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Welcome to Hodson Stadium in Eugene. Coaches like to say, play the next one on the schedule. This one carries a little more weight, a mid-season top 10 showdown. It's the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Oregon Ducks. Restate the state of the ball again. Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
I caught up with the Oregon head coach before the game. They believe that their wide receiver is the best in the country. He has been so electric this season, nobody can stop him. They believe that he is so efficient in the red zone, top 5 in the country in receiving touchdowns, and he firmly belongs in the Heisman conversation to hear his name called in New York later this year. Guys?
Appreciate that, Holly. The Buckeyes headed toward the ball, and we are ready for action. From inside the 10, here he comes. Makes a move. He's on the loose. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. How about that for starting things with a bang? Opening kickoff and house that baby. What a job there. And he takes this from inside the 5. He's tackled, brought down right at the 25-yard line on the return. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Straight ahead, it's Jackson. He never had a chance to get it to the edge, and first play of the game, and you're already behind the sticks.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Throwing St. Clair. Escapes the pressure to his right. Makes the catch. It's Roberts. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. The passing game continues to be prolific, and as much as Ohio State has been built on toughness, they've been built recently on the efficient passing game.
I mean, so many good quarterbacks. And you know you're going to get great play calling, great offensive design. Ohio State offenses every year, year after year, the names change, but the production continues to be the same.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Running inside. It's Cross. Nice run to pick up his way for good yardage there.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's 3rd down from the 45. St. Clair. He lets one fly deep. Snags it inside the 20. He steps out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Big pickup on the ground, and they're rolling.
Obviously, massive play by the offense, picking up a big first down on an explosive. But, David, 3rd down defense, it's one thing to allow a first down, but you've got to make tackles. And you can't give up explosive plays like that. At the end of the day, it's all going to come down to fundamentals, and, you know, that is driving their defensive coaching staff crazy.
It's so frustrating. You want to be...
Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. That was not on the opening script of plays. The turnover as the defense makes a play early. to the air. Under pressure. Incomplete. Big fight for the ball, but it falls to the ground. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today, though.
Yeah, dang right. How much implication?
He's going to let it go. He's got it down the left side. Running free. And he scores! Touchdown Ducks! Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. You want to see quick strike ability? It was epitomized there. 2 plays, 80 yards, touchdown on the board. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. He stopped right there after a short return, was looking for running room, and the coverage unit wasn't having it. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Pulls it in. It's Roberts. Shakes a man, and he might take off. Steps out of bounds across the 25. They'll mark it at the 26, and a good pickup for this offense here.
Quarterback showing you some resiliency here on this drive. He threw a pick on the opening drive of the game, but he was able to turn the page right away. You can't let that bad play affect you, and they're letting him throw it. They're being aggressive, and he's proving that he can still make good decisions here. He can find the open target and deliver strikes.
Yeah, and this has been tough sledding. All right, this offense has really struggled to move the football, and this game's all but over. But here's the thing, man. Thank God you don't play this defense every week. And let's continue to work here and find something we do good and build maybe a little bit of momentum so next week we play a little bit better football.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Rides to the back. Breaks into the open. He's got enough. Inside the 50. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Ready to try the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finished it with a 74-yard touchdown run. Fielded in the end zone. It's Bear. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. Offense is on the field to get this drive going. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. From the gun, running back on the move. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
I think there's a couple schools of thought in how you run the football and how you throw the football. Like some people say, I run the football to set up the throw, right? To get people aggressive. But this offense kind of took it the other direction, right? They came out throwing the football, now softened them up. Now let's see if they can start to get that ground game going.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll move the wide receiver. Moore. Rushes on. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Yeah, and you don't see that often, right? This guy is elite. He's one of the best in the business. This is what he does for a living, obviously. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars. Yes, NIL is real. So I don't expect many misses from this guy like that.
They couldn't connect on second down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun on 3rd down, Dante Moore. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Coaches look at this stat every single football game. How do you execute on 3rd down? And a lot of times, man, it's about being in position and making plays, and that's exactly what he did. The right spot, breaking on the football, being physical, setting the tone in this football game.
And that punt will sail out of bounds. Let's see where the official spot. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. Quickly complete. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback get going the other direction.
That's a really nice run right there. And one of the things I love about him, he runs with such physicality and with the toughness. Do you think Woody Hayes, the great Ohio State coach, would have loved to have this guy in his backfield? His running style just marries so well with that. When you think about Ohio State and their tradition at running back, right? With all the athletes they've had throughout the decades, this guy was meant to play in the shoe.
Open on the right side, that's Smith.
I love early in a game getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Coming out, short passes, easy completions. Now we're getting in a good spot.
And the Buckeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Hits inside, it's Rodgers. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately.
Really nice job by this defense. First down was not successful. They get the second and short. And those are the downs where they can be really aggressive on offense and take advantage. So you kind of don't know how to play it, but they did a good job playing the run, protecting themselves against the pass, and now forcing a 3rd down.
How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on 3rd down here in Austin. He wants to take the top off. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Gets it away, good distance, but more importantly, just the direction he wanted. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Trying to establish the run. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the second level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
Line getting set on second down. Here's Moore to throw. He's got the back in the middle. These offensive scripts on both sides have been masterpieces as they are going up and down the field in the first. Moore will throw. Hauls it in. Ridden out of bounds at the 45. A big play for this offense.
Yeah, and I think you've just seen how the quarterback has so much confidence in this guy catching the ball too, right? Receivers aren't open, tight ends aren't open. He knows he can find him running out of the backfield, or if he lines up at wide receiver, this dude can get open and he can make positive things happen after he has the ball.
The Ducks will have it 1st and 10. Throwing Moore. Holds on, it's fair. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down. They'll have to hurry if they want to get another play off before the quarter ends. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. And we've come to the end of the 1st as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Dante Moore wants to throw again. A shot toward the end zone. And that one's going to be incomplete. He was throwing for the touchdown, but just couldn't get the foot down inbounds.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Dante Moore can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions. You've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10. Moore to the air again. Taking a shot. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
So here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the 1st play. You need to be successful and productive on that 1st play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. St. Clair lets it fly. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if this offense finds a way to come back to some of those deep ones.
He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. See his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
The Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Oh, the fake, the up end looking for room. They'll stop him short, and they had it sniffed out from the beginning.
Man, the fake punt. The idea of the fake punt is so great. I'm going to catch you off guard, get a free 1st down. When it goes south, everybody's ticked off. Why did you do it? What a stupid play call. So if you just called it, sorry, but that's what I had to say about it.
Hand it to the back. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
And I like the defense being aggressive. They heated up that RPO. He didn't even give him time to read it. I'm getting in the backfield right now, making a play, being aggressive, bringing the fight to the offense.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Might as well run him again. He's past the sticks. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! He ran through two men on his way to the end zone.
You become a really good football coach when you got guys like that you can hand it to. Look at him, break tackles and shows you the speed to run away from the defense. Jesse, he is an absolute nightmare.
That's a great point, David. You don't have to scheme this guy up perfectly, which means you don't have to have everybody accounted for blocking, because he'll make them miss or he'll break tackles. And then you're right. Once you get into the open field, it's not just physical running, but how about the ability to hit the jets and take it the distance?
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. Ohio State sending out the offense to start this drive. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
They're all over him. Got 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4 coming.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Throwing St. Clair. Unloads to the wideout. That's caught. It's Johnson. Wide open spaces. Touchdown, Buckeye! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they capped off the drive with a big play through the air, scoring from 50 yards out. Coming out with it, it's Bear. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. These two offenses have been outstanding in the early going, and that ramps up the pressure to put something on the board every time you touch it. Spits it out to the back. Reels it in. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Changing the routes with his receiver. Handoff from the gun. Pulled down there, but they'll move the sticks, and it's a first down. The Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up.
Oftentimes when offenses get a first down, that's when they like to speed up the tempo, and you're seeing them now go hurry-up.
Look out! Caught. Bulldozes his way through. Runs through, man. He might have some space. And he's brought down after a huge completion. And the Ducks will line it up on 1st and 10. Quick give. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Moore. They're working that left side. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. 3 yards. First down for the offense after that penalty. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. They'll run the screen. Oh, he's got some space. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Ducks!
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. An 84-yard drive there, and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. He'll bring it out. It's Rodgers. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They go play action with St. Clair. Takes a hit as he fires. And he gets it away.
And that was another ball thrown in harm's way. And this young man, he already has 1 interception. That was almost a second. Just playing a little bit loose with the football. Let's make sure we get that dialed in. We can't make those mistakes. Hard to win games when you make big mistakes.
Long way to go on 2nd down. The run inside. It's Cross. He never had a chance on the draw, tackled almost as soon as he got the ball.
I tell you, they tried to go draw in the middle of the field. That back had nowhere to go with the football. He was tackled right away for a loss.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this 3rd down. Here comes the heat. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
And that's the play the defense finally needed, man. They were getting gashed early. First 2 drives, they gave up 2 touchdowns. They knew they had to be able to get off the field. Great job creating the incompletion there on 3rd down, now setting up 4th.
The Buckeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not a lot of room to field this one. No room to bring it back. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Looking for running room. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read. Read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
2nd and long here. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Here's Moore to throw. Extending the play. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be third down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Before this third down play, they're going to take a moment to think it over and call a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Laterals it back. Wide open, he makes the catch. Hits the accelerator to the right. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Oregon. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. On the draw, it's Cross. Tackled after a short gain. It'll be 2nd and 9.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Now Oregon will call its 2nd timeout. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this 3rd down play. 3rd and long, a lot of ground to cover. St. Clair unloads it downfield. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
Pedal to the metal right now for this offense. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. Here on their 3rd possession, they're still taking shots way down the field, and why not? Give the defense credit finally. Something good happens for them to get the incompletion, but if I'm this quarterback, I'm still throwing it.
He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Quarterback changing the play. Moore to the air. He unleashes a long one. Touchdown, Ducks! Gets it into the end zone.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the 2nd half.
And he tacks on the extra point. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Tavian St. Clair. Right side, it's Smith. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory.
And you never want to say it's over early. I mean, we're here early in the game, but considering what the scoreboard is saying, they absolutely had to have that play for them to stay in this football game. And sometimes it just takes one great throw and one great catch to wake you up. They need to score a touchdown on this drive. They need to score another touchdown on their next drive, but maybe that's the play that turns things around for them.
Fresh set of downs going up top. Fires to the right. It's complete. Slips one guy, now he's loose. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And they didn't start this first half the way you wanted to, but at least they're ending on a positive note. At least they're saying, guys, we put a drive together. We scored. We need some plays to go our way, but the offense has got some positive momentum, and that is a great thing going into the half.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the finisher coming on a touchdown pass from 52 yards out. He'll bring it out. It's fair. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Throwing more. Lofts one deep down the right side. Makes the grab inside the 30. Off and running. Touchdown, Ducks! Thrown into the end zone, and this crowd was eating it up.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
He'll bring it out. It's Jackson. He's got a lot of confidence to bring that ball out of the end zone, but it didn't work out this time, out of bounds at the 16. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Hits the hole. It's Jackson. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
They'll ride him again. Not much happening on that one. Maybe made it back to the line of scrimmage as the clock continues to move here late in the half. It's 3rd down. Ncaa27Cuh. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Gents, the cream is rising to the top here 7 weeks in. Let's take a look at today's action. We start with Old Dominion taking on the South Alabama Jaguars.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18.
And it's the Monarchs engaging in some real trench warfare today. Inches are hard to come by, let alone first downs. A tight tactical game where just about anything could happen. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the Big Ten.
They'll keep it on the ground to start the second half. Just gets it to the 20, a pickup of 1.
Coming into this game, man, the focal point was on the running back, right? We've got to stop the running back. Talking to these coaches, they've got to be physical. 1 guy, 2 guy, 3 guys have to get there. Man, they've done an unbelievable job being physical, getting him on the ground, and really shutting a great player down so far this game.
Fires to the wideout. Picked off. That's number 15 on the year. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Great place to start for this offense. Moore with the play fake. Oh, pressure's coming. And he tried to take the top off with the first play of the drive and got nothing to show for it.
Well, the offense taking a shot after getting the takeaway. They're in what's called the fringe area. It's not quite the red zone, but it's a good spot to throw posts, to throw goes, to throw deep corner routes, smash routes. That's exactly what they were thinking that time. Just a little bit off on the throw. Nice play by the defense, but I love the aggressive nature that time by the O.
They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. In the gun on 3rd down, Moore. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
They'll send out the kicker here. This field goal attempt is going to be an even 50-yarder. He boomed it through, a 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg.
And that's a really good response by this defense. Their offense throws an interception, puts them in bad field position. They respond with a stop, force a field goal. Yeah, they got 3 points, but great job by this defense.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk after the 30-yard line.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Out wide left, it's Jackson. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Throwing St. Clair. He wants to go deep. Upstairs to make the catch. And a potentially touchdown-saving tackle made there after the long completion. Tavian on the play action. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. And he'll be shoved out of bounds right at the 4-yard line.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense, because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least have to hit him and put him on the ground. I know they didn't give up a big, long, explosive run, but you got to get shots on this guy when you can. That time they let him get out of bounds.
It's reverse. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Well, the defense is going to be kicking themselves for that. They knew coming into this game they had to stop this wide receiver, and it wasn't just going to be football. They knew they might see him in the run game as well. Really good timing on the reverse call there. Down in the red zone, the defense just not able to catch up and make a tackle.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. And he tacks on the extra point. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They still have the lead, but a productive drive here would keep it a comfortable lead. Making the adjustment. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Dante Moore. Fighting for it, it's Johnson. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Man, they've been scoring a lot of points. When you've got the skill and you've got the speed outside at wide receiver, that's why. And here we are in the second half, and nothing's changing. If they can't cover us, we're going to keep taking shots, and that's what you got to do. This quarterback right now, he's in a beautiful rhythm.
But he's got room. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. The Ducks with the 1st and 10. Sees an alley. There he goes. Touchdown, Oregon. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. Third touchdown of the game. A third of his season total. He now has 9 on the year.
David, I mean, you can take your hands away from your eyes. At this point, this thing is just defense optional. This is atrocious. Nobody wants to tackle in this game. Nobody wants to take an angle. It's another long touchdown. Great job by the running back. But when are these defenses going to show up?
Yeah, it's frustrating. It's hard to watch, man. We've got to get lined up, make sure you're in the right gap. You can't jump out of your gap. You can't guess. And these defenses, they're giving up big plays, and those are the ones that will kill you because it's points right away. And a lot of points in this football game, and these coordinators, they're not real happy right now.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Jackson. Navigates that mass of bodies and gets 4 out to the 17. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Quarterback keep. He got penetration to make the stop in the backfield, and they gave back that 4 they just gained. It's 3rd and 10.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Makes the catch, and he's free. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. And the Buckeyes want to pick up the tempo.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances.
And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. He's changing the play. Moore. Rush right in his face. They got him. Great pressure by this defense.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
Moore will throw. Lets it fly. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
And that didn't look like it was the right read. Like you got to be smart as a quarterback, make the right decisions. And I know he's a go-to guy, and he's already had success on the day. But sometimes you can force it in when it's just not there. That was really good coverage. I know he's good, but be smart with the football and don't try to force it into closed windows.
Throws it back. Under pressure. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're at 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
The Ducks send out the punt unit. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He came so close to pinning them deep, but maybe just a little too greedy. Tried to get it too close, and it'll come out to the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Takes the handoff, and he's going right. Driven back.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that play.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Give to the running back. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
St. Clair from the gun on 3rd down. Gets rid of it.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Fourth down, St. Clair. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. And that decision will be questioned for a while.
And sometimes the best defense is getting a little bit lucky. He was open. He had a chance to make a play. He just drops it through his hand. It was pretty good defense, but you take those breaks when you can get it.
The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! Makes the grab right along the back of the end zone. On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. St. Clair stepping to the right, trying to escape and get it himself. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move.
Nice job by the QB. You can tell they want to push it down the field. They want to be aggressive on first down, which I love, which is really hard to stop from a defensive standpoint. But does a good job scrambling outside the pocket, picking up the first down, and then saving his life. Good job. Get out of bounds.
At midfield, he's got room. There he goes to the right. Inside the 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Buckeye!
If I'm a play caller nowadays, man, I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. That kicker took a nasty-looking shot, and that is an obvious personal foul. After that score, they'll try to build some momentum here in the third quarter and get it back with an onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Here's Moore to throw. Makes the grab. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they are on the move.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Quarterback signaling to his guys. Moore to the air. Got his man. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. And the Ducks moving quickly to the line. Throwing Moore. That's caught. It's Hill. Pushes ahead for one. It's 2nd and 9. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Moore. Fires immediately. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Again, it's Moore. Got a hand on it nicely and broke it up in the end zone.
Ball hasn't hit the ground a lot for this QB. He's already thrown 4 TD passes. He saw a look, wanted to take another shot, and that time they just fall short with the incompletion. But this defense, they have not had the answer with respect to defending the pass in this game.
Timeout signal for by the Buckeyes. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can pick up the first without scoring. Give to the back. He did everything he could to find enough running room, and he'll be stopped about 3 yards short of the first down marker. It's 4th down. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. He got it. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball. There he goes! Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line.
And that's a first down for the offense.
One big play, and you go from a little backed up to threatening. It's 1st and 10 from the 40. Might as well give it to him again. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
And I go back to him again, too, man. I mean, just the big play, the play before, and they say, why not? Try it again. get it to their running back, try to create some space. Better job by the defense being gap sound, coming downhill, not letting him break tackles and make a big play.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Another hit on the quarterback. All day long, this defense has been able to pin their ears back and get after this guy, and because of that, he's never gotten into a rhythm throwing the football, and that's why they find themselves trailing here late in the fourth quarter.
He'll try to do it himself. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
Really nice job by the defense that time. Third down, they're expecting pass, but they also know that this quarterback is dangerous when he wants to scramble. And it was almost as if they were expecting that. They were able to get to him, get him down. It now sets up fourth down. And you don't see the defense sprinting off the field just yet, guys. They're not sure. With this guy's scrambling ability, they may try to go for this.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive. The Buckeyes will hustle to the line. Quick give. It's Rodgers. He's past the marker. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. The Buckeyes line it up with a first and goal. Ncaa27Cuh. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football out. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense. Getting the sack, getting the fumble.
Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. Rush is on. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
Making the adjustment on the play. Moore will throw. Trying to make magic with his feet. Crosses the 30. He goes out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum. It'll be first and 10 from the 30. Dante Moore throws to the tight end. Comes down. It's Johnson. He's stopped right at the 50-yard line, but they'll move the chains. It's first down. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. Drops back on first down. Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Clock is under 4 minutes as they come to the line for second down. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Tight end now in motion. Moore from the gun on third down. Hauls it in. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
Well, I know there's a lot of people out there thinking, hey, it's third down, you got to throw to the sticks here, but I like the call getting the drag. You get the catch, he advances it a little bit, doesn't quite pick it up, but now you've set up fourth and short, and you've got to think on offense, you've got to play somewhere that can go pick up this first down.
He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Fourth down, Moore. Throws for the tight end. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just added their total. They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on the extra point. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty.
Number 39, set to advance on the football.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Throwing St. Clair. Finds his big tight end. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Looking to throw at St. Clair. Escapes the pressure going right. He's going to run it. 7-yard pickup on that one. Is now 2nd and 3. And the Buckeyes are in the hurry-up. Second down, going to throw it. Move to his right. His defense fully aware that he can run. They stop him after a short gain.
2nd and short is a great situation to be in. And look at him. He drops back to pass the football. He doesn't have to throw the football. He wants to be aggressive, but he can just take off and scramble. Doesn't have to take a chance. Great being ahead of the sticks.
St. Clair. He's going for it all. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, trailing this much in the fourth quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Good, strong tackle.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
On the ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Tavian St. Clair. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee.
And, guys, hold that thought just a second, because here comes the 4th down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. Still looking to his right. He wasn't even close to converting. Stopped well short of the 1st down. What a job by this defense. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. Good field position here as they start this drive from their 43. Moore to the air. They'll flip it out to the back of the screen. Give him 9 on that one, sets up a 2nd and 1. And the Ducks can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go.
And this defense continuing to struggle with the pass.
Trying to get behind the defense. Knocked away at the last minute, and that is precision defensive back play there.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
Yeah, nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard, and they picked up 2.
Yeah,
Great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own as a running back.
Got a little space. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing. Of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game. Running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
Left side, it's Moore. And he's dragged down. They'll mark it at the 19. Into the red zone, it'll be first down. And at this point, the defense looks as if they've been in one of those dizzy bat races. They've got no idea where the ball's coming from. He's over 500 yards passing.
Yeah, this is a Heisman Trophy.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. Ohio State calls its second timeout. And they'll still have one timeout left at their disposal. That sack gets this offense behind the chains. It's second down. Moving out to the right. Fires toward the end zone. Couldn't connect with his man in the end zone, but they're going to back up after this penalty is announced, I believe. He just lost track of where he was on the field. Entire body past the line of scrimmage. Illegal forward pass, and they will back him up. Still third down, but more ground to cover after the flag. Moore, play action. Finds his big tight end. They get him stopped, and it's going to bring up a fourth down. Final timeout called by the Buckeyes. And they've used their last timeout, and now the offense can start burning the clock. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Straight ahead, it's Rodgers. Nowhere to go. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Throwing St. Clair. They're all over him. Out of the backfield, he's open. He snagged him, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. They've reeled off 6 straight to start the season, undefeated, bowl eligible, but when you have that kind of record,